Did you miss LCS week 3? Don't worry, I've got a full recap for you. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Chum Chum, and today let's just go ahead and get into it. I want to talk to you all about LCS week 3, days 1 and 2. I'll be giving you a recap of the games, trying to pinpoint some of the MVPs that I saw from the game, the rankings and standings. So the first game of the day was C9 versus TSM, and C9 actually ended up taking this win. Now TSM did get first blood on Fudge, but they just weren't able to secure the win because Berserker was going berserk. This man got a pentakill on Zeri. He was going balls to the wall, just absolutely firing at them. He was flashing in. He was dashing, prancing, and dancing all over them. It was absolutely ridiculous. I can't even express to y'all. This man popped off. I'm giving him the MVP, but I think he wouldn't have been able to really do it without his team because, y'all, his team consisted of Nocturne, Galio, and Lulu, and their ultimate combos was absolutely unmatched. It was insane. Nocturne would go in, Galio and Lulu would ult the Nocturne. Nocturne was unkillable. Zeri was just popping off. They were trying to kill the Nocturne, but again, he was unkillable. It was, oh my gosh. And then Fudge was on Jackson. He was just bop, 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 bop. Imagine if he had a real weapon. I'm telling you, it was insane. The second game of the day was FLYQUEST versus EG, and FLYQUEST ended up taking that win. This game was completely winnable for evil geniuses. I won't even lie to you, but FLYQUEST just ended up becoming unkillable. Now FLYQUEST early game was a little bit shaky, a little bit wonky. I'm not gonna lie to you, and Impact even agreed with that in his post-game interview. But Vikla got first blood on JoJo, and this play was insane. He prepped a minion before the play even happened, and it was gorgeous. He queued to the minion as Irelia and then flashed, and then JoJo disappeared off the map. It was absolutely beautiful. Now, despite that play, despite that being an absolutely gorgeous play, one thing about me, I'm gonna keep it 100, and y'all, it looked like Vikla was playing solo queue. This man got caught out 3 times. It just looked like he wasn't on the same page with his team. He was just gonna do what he wanted to do, and he thought that was the best course of action. So Vikla definitely threw his lead over to JoJo. JoJo actually ended up gapping him in CS as well as kills. Like I said, FLYQUEST looked very shaky early game, and I guess they just thought that they could do anything. They could make any play happen, and EG was like, no. So there were a lot of shaky plays. It really gave hope to EG, but EG was just not able to make this happen because let me tell you, Spica's ultimate on Amumu allowed Prince to pop the frick off. This man was absolutely disgusting on Caitlyn. He was unstoppable. They couldn't get to him. They couldn't kill him. They couldn't stop his damage. And so you know what Prince did? He put out that damage and he did what he had to do as the attack damage carry. Because you know what he did? He carried with his attack damage. I also just want to say, Winsome is so precious. He is literally the cutest. I just want to pinch his little cheeks. And after the interview that he gave in LCS week 2, he was like, oh, I hope you guys will watch over us. Oh, he stole my heart with that. So Winsome, you got you a new fan. Love you. I'm rooting for you. And I hope you do whatever you want to do. And I hope you just prosper, babes. You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, so for the third game of the day was Team Liquid versus 100 Thieves. This was a really fun game to watch. 100 Thieves took the win. There was first blood on Pyoshik, so Team Liquid, from Busio. Busio actually died on his Varus support. Varus support. He ganked bot lane while 100 Thieves was just a little bit too pushed up. Y'all, there was an insane escape from Azir, aka Harry. He was getting ganked and Azir said, you can't touch this, period. I know that's right. And then y'all, there was an insane, this game was just so eventful. There were so many outplays, so many insane fights going on during this game. But there was an insane 2v2 bot lane with Busio and DOUBLELIFT. Y'all, Busio had so much patience. It was so admirable. He was loading up his Varus Q to put damage out on Sivir, and Sivir had put up her spell shield. And Varus said, I'll wait. And you know what he did? He waited. And you know what he also did? He got that damage off. Now he did also die. But you know what Sivir did? She also died. And Doublelift got those kills. And it was absolutely insane fight. I loved it. So Tenacity also ended up solo killing Summit. And y'all, let's talk about Doublelift. Doublelift was playing Caitlyn. He got a quadra kill. And they just, I don't know if they weren't focusing Caitlyn or if they just couldn't get to baby girl. But y'all, Doublelift was popping off. It was disgusting. He was 14-0 at the end of the game. And I just want to say, Doublelift is not washed. The only wash that he is clean, because his Caitlyn untouched, unmatched, and y'all need to stop playing in this man's face. Now, I'm not trying to give this man a bigger ego because he definitely got one, but he's proven to y'all that y'all gotta put some respect on his name. And he said today. And last but not least, because I gotta talk about everybody in this game. Talia, baby, Bjergsen, those Talia ultis, every single last one of them ate the house down, because y'all, he was zoning every objective and it was beautiful, and it made sure that 100 Thieves was unstoppable. The second to last game of the day was CLG versus Golden Guardians. And y'all, I just want to remind y'all, I kept saying this during stream, Golden Guardians is an 0-14. Correct that, 1-4, because yeah, they beat CLG. So first blood was on Ezreal. They killed the Lux. I just remember Golden Guardians picked Ezreal, and y'all know I hate that champ. I'm not even about to get started on the rant, because then my blood will start boiling. I'll start yelling, and I don't have time for that. Not tonight. So Dokla solo killed Licorice, and it was the first win of Golden Guardians season. They won 3-17 with a 13k gold lead. And then last but not least was Dignitas versus IMT. Now y'all, Dignitas was set up to win this game, and oh my gosh, y'all, they just threw it. I didn't know what to say. IMT actually ended up winning this game, and it was insane the way that they came back. They started taking the dragons. Dignitas was up 3 dragons. They were dancing around Baron, and it was just the biggest flip. And I just don't understand where things started going wrong, but it did. So Dignitas is 0-5, and IMT, they got their next win. All right, so day 2 just wrapped up, and I'm here to tell you all the tea. First game of the day, you were absolutely on your toes the entirety of this game. If you missed this game, you need to go back and watch this game. This was, wow, there was so much that happened in this game. It was FlyQuest versus 100 Thieves. So Winsome, the Nautilus, or the support for FlyQuest, actually got first blood on 100 Thieves support Bucio. It was a classic hook, an overstep with a little bit of ignite, and Winsome took first blood for FlyQuest. Tenacity also ended up solo killing Impact. I have absolutely no idea how this happened, but y'all know Tenacity is a beast on his Fiora. And honestly, speaking about Tenacity being a beast on Fiora, this man tried to 1v9, because yes, his team was at one point playing against him. But y'all, when I tell you this man was going left, right, up, down with his dashes, and he was just popping off. He got a quadra kill at one time. I'm sure that man was feeling like Jeff Bezos with the amount of shutdown gold he had in his bank account. He was buying Louis wallets for the whole entire team. And Impact also did like the top lane special where he dies once top lane and then he teleports back, and so the enemy team's jungler just does a little NASCAR and circles around and then kills him again. He decided to do that, so he died twice within like 30 seconds. I don't really know, but that was the top lane special that we saw from Impact. Spica ended up stealing a Rift Herald in this game. It was absolutely insane. There were so many fights. It was just, oh, so much back and forth. But you know, FlyQuest ended up taking the win. Everybody was talking about Prince and Doublelift, but y'all, Prince and Doublelift shared the most heartwarming interaction after this game. I guess they were exchanging signed jerseys, and Prince started crying because he was just so happy to, I think Doublelift was like encouraging him and saying like, wow, Prince really is the better ADC, yada, yada, yada. And it just, oh my gosh, it was so heartwarming. Oh, also at one point, Prince came running into a team fight like, like Oscar Proud in the Proud Family movie. This man was huffing and puffing to get to that team fight. And you know what he did? He turned it right around. So I'm not even mad at you, Prince. Prince, you popped off this game. So pop off, sis. Bro, I like sis better. Anyways, so that game was a lot. Let's go ahead and get into game 2. So game 2 was TSM versus CLG. And y'all, TSM ended up taking the win. And I'm kind of not sure how, because y'all, they had the ugliest dive I've ever seen in my entire lifetime. They were trying to 3v1, or was it 3v2? They were either trying to 3v1 or 3v2 Renekton, aka Dokla, and honestly, it was the ugliest dive I've ever seen. Two of them died, and it just wasn't clean at all. But like I said, TSM did end up taking the win over CLG. In game 3, y'all, EG versus C9, and y'all, we saw a Tristana mid from JoJo, period. But y'all, this was the biggest snooze fest of a game I've ever seen in LCS history. First blood was at 20 minutes. They were literally just sitting there farming for 20 minutes, and after first blood they went and farmed for another 20. It was so boring. It was the most boring game. The most exciting thing was JoJo locking in Tristana, because all he did was really push waves with it. He was a tower taking king, but that's not the point. The point is, next time I'm gonna need y'all to spice it up. EG did end up taking the win over C9, which I did not expect. I don't know, but Zerker just couldn't get to that point where he was ready to pop off. Gwyn at one point, aka Fudge, did try to save the game. There was this one play where, oh my gosh, this man was limping on 2 HP, but he still was popping hoes left and right, and period, as you should, Fudge. But he lost. Anyways, on to the fourth game of the day. Team Liquid Honda versus Dignitas. First blood actually ended up going on Santorin, the Sejuani from Harry, the victor. And yes, Team Liquid Honda actually did end up winning this game. And then the last game of the day was Golden Guardians versus IMT, and Golden Guardians secured their win.